the 2-week Minecraft phase. It's something we're all familiar with, and chances are you're in the middle of one of them right now. This really brief yet intense Minecraft obsession is a unique and widely recognized cultural experience amongst our generation, with memes and a million YouTube videos about it. But what many of us don't really understand, including myself, is why does this even happen? Why does this Minecraft phase only last about 2 weeks? And most importantly, why can't we make it last longer than 2 weeks? Some argue it's the ever-changing nature of the game. We return to the game after so long of not playing it to get the same nostalgia we had from so long ago. But even if we turn back our Minecraft to 1.7, it's still not the same, because we've changed too. Some people say it's the surrounding community and player base as well. We all have those friends that absolutely speedrun the game. They have a full set of diamond armor and have set up a villager trading center before they even log off for the first night. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people like the idea of getting everything done as fast as possible, almost like a challenge on top of the original challenges in the game. But there's a reason the saying goes, those that burn the brightest go out the fastest. Like, I remember, in the prime of one of these phases, I would reset my world every single day. I would do it over and over again just to see how far I could get today before it was time to go to bed. I mean, it was fun, exhilarating, and if I died and lost everything, it didn't mean anything. While this was a bit extreme, maybe more than a bit, it's almost the same thing as that one friend who gets decked out in full gear right off the bat. Even though you're playing in the same world, it really doesn't matter if you lose everything, because you get it back again just as quickly. Unlike when I was younger. When I was little, I used to cherish every single block. I would create a huge house just for the sole purpose of having a chest for everything. I would just start building a secret trapdoor room underneath for even more chests. No redstone, just a simple trapdoor by the crafting table. Did I need to dedicate an entire chest just to string? No. For each type of flower? Definitely not. But I did, because I knew how much each block and item meant to me at the time. It's also, I never even defeated the Ender Dragon back then. I didn't want to die and risk losing my stuff because I knew how much each meant to me. Yes, obviously, I knew everything was just pixels on a screen, but it's the hard work and each little moment that I got that block that mattered. Was this a little bit too far? Yeah, maybe. But still, I would prefer that mentality any day over starting a new meaningless world every single night. It wasn't until lately that I realized that Minecraft truly wasn't meant to be played that way. There's not some checklist to complete everything, no quest to tell you what you've done or to slow down. The game was meant to be explored at a much slower pace, wandering through biomes, exploring cave systems, and discovering unique world generation. It's about building a house, a city, or whatever you feel like building, and just messing around with friends. When playing the game, I used to think it was a waste of time whenever my friends and I would just mess around, because we didn't get anything done. But one day I kind of woke up and realized that's the point. The meaning behind the game isn't something we can hold. It's not something we can see. Sure, we can look around and see the city we were working on, the village we destroyed, or our very first house. But it's not about the physical builds and how they turned out. It's about our memories connected to them. In light of my current re-emergence into the Minecraft phase, I'm gonna go about it a lot differently than before. First off, I recognize that each Minecraft player is insanely different. We all cherish different things about the game. For me, I always enjoyed the aspect of experiencing the game for the very first time and having to problem solve to figure it out on my own. When I needed sugarcane, I wouldn't look up the most efficient farm on YouTube, I'd spread it across the islands. So, in my next world, when I need sugarcane, I won't look up the most efficient farm on YouTube. Instead, I'll spread it across an island and simply let it grow. And if I feel inspired, I'll even shoot to create my own, without a tutorial. I'll mess around with the redstone until I can figure out something that works. And if I can't figure it out, maybe I'll invite my sister on. We can joke and just mess around until we can figure it out. And if we get distracted, really start to mess around, and just never end up completing it, that's okay. I'm not making it a chore to finish, a task to complete. It will simply just be an option. Speaking of YouTube tutorials, I'm not going to use one for any of my builds for that matter. In the past, I rarely built houses and other buildings in Minecraft on my own accord. I'd at least see a Pinterest pin of a layout or a certain color palette I wanted to incorporate. And that's not a bad thing. I think now though, I'm going to let myself try to figure it out on my own first, to let myself fail, and then let myself problem solve and figure it out. I'm going to simply experience the game at my natural pace. No rush, no objectives. And I'm not going to try to regain any of that nostalgia from when I was 12, because that, as we all know, will most likely end in disappointment. I'm instead going to treat Minecraft as my time to unwind. Maybe it's just been a really long day. Instead of opening YouTube or playing a higher energy game, I'll start up the Minecraft launcher, open my world, and just exist for a little while. This is how I'm going about my Minecraft phase. But how can I psychologically make sure I stay in it? Well, first off, I can't force myself to try to stay in it. It's like if I try to force myself to fall asleep. It's something we have to just let happen. We can't force it. But we can heavily suggest it in a way. And the best way to do that is exposure. I'm going to leave little Minecraft cues around my everyday life that remind me of the game. Now, those cues could be anything, but for me, those cues means watching a Minecraft video from a YouTuber I used to watch all the time as a kid. Maybe even going back to some of their old videos that I completely forgot how much I loved at the time. And if that's not possible for you, I'm sorry, people suck. But maybe you can find a new Minecraft channel that excites you. I mean, there are countless Minecraft Let's Plays uploaded every single day on this platform, just to remind us that we're not alone for our love for the game. Other people love this game just as much as we do. Another major cue is actually listening to Minecraft's music. I know whenever I'm studying or working on something that requires a lot of focus, I need some sense of background noise. Because if it's too quiet, then my thoughts are louder than what I'm trying to do and I just can't focus. But subtle Minecraft music, like this rainy playlist on YouTube with the Minecraft music over top, love those. Not only will those help me focus, but they also keep me immersed in my Minecraft phase. There's really a million things I can do that can remind myself of the game. But I think one of the biggest things is just having it there. Just knowing at any time if I'm feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and just need a minute, I can hop onto my Minecraft world, take a deep breath, and go cut down some trees. Or take my Minecraft dog for a walk. I can just have fun with it. It doesn't have to be a grand thing every single time I log on. I don't need a million tabs open on how to build the most efficient wheat farm. I can just exist, and maybe some of that simplicity of just existing will transfer into my everyday life. Just remember, it's supposed to be fun. It's not about getting as much done as you can and building the hugest base. Because a small base that feels alive is often much better than a mega base that feels dead.